Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Um, can you hear anything in the background if I stop talking? Do you hear anything? Hopefully not. I'm in the studio with the doors closed and I have the TV on very low. We're watching Friends because I'm hoping to keep the mongrels over here quiet. But if YouTube hears it, they might demonetize me. So I just want to make sure. I don't think you guys can hear it over my talking. So just want to make sure. But the TV is on in the background. So if it picks up, that's why. Because I'm hoping that when the mailman shows up, which will be as soon as I start talking and we get into the good stuff, that the dogs don't hear him and start barking. They hear him rolling the cart out and then they just lose their minds. So that's why I shut our doors and we're just having our nice quiet time because I've got a lot of stuff to show you guys and some things to tell you, and I made notes. So just wanted to give you a little what I've been doing recap, show you a few things, and then show you the good stuff because I've been keeping a secret from all of you, and I don't like keeping secrets. So it's time to spill the beans. So first things first, I had planned today to talk about the handmade holiday swap. I am not going to do that today. The reason is I find that as soon as I start talking about it on a live, we get so many questions, repeat questions, things that I've already said, and then somebody's like, hey, I just got here. What are you talking about? So instead of doing it that way, I'm going to make a separate video. I'll probably film it later today. It will have dates, info, all the stuff that you need, everything that you need to know about it. And I will be able to post that. And then if you have questions, if I miss something, you can comment, email me, whatever works. So that is why we are not talking about that today. And I don't want to wait until next Friday. I'd rather not talk about it on a live. I'd rather just do a separate video by itself so that all the questions can be answered. If you've done the swap in the past, you know a lot of the information. If you haven't, I'll address everything. And then also because we are leaving, I'm so not ready. We are leaving in a week and a half-ish for two back-to-back shows. And then I'm home for like a week and then I'm gone again. I just want to make sure that I give myself dates and times that I can accomplish what I need to for the swap. My role is small, but there are dates that I have to keep track of. So that is first thing. So you're not getting information on that today, but you will very soon. I would say probably by like Monday or Tuesday, because we're going to get this rolling and I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about it this year, because last year it didn't get out to everybody because unfortunately I was gone for way too many things in a row and I didn't get to talk about it. So that is the first thing. A second thing, I'm just looking at my notes here so I don't miss anything. Halloween Cork is on the website. Please be sure to check both pages, the Cork page and the EVL Cork page. All the spooky Shocktober kind of things. My nose itches. All of that kind of stuff, the blood splatter and the handprints and all that, and the death moths, those are all on Eric's page. On mine is whatever is left over of the Halloween and the Baddie Boos, because they are almost all gone. Once Halloween is gone, we are not reordering this year. It will not be until 2026, because if I reorder, it won't be here on time for Halloween and it will just be kind of foolish. We're going to work on Christmas next and winter stuff. So if you want Halloween stuff, grab it now or wait until next year. All right, I did both of those. Okay, I will try to remind you guys again of this, but you'll also see it when I put the link up. Next Friday, I will be about an hour late. I think we're going to go live at 12 instead of 11. So just have to adjust it because I have an appointment in the morning, because we're getting ready to leave. I kind of had to do what I had to do. So I will still be live, but you will notice that it says live at 12, or it will have a different time on it. That is just for next week because I'm getting ready to travel and I have some things I have to do before I'm here. So if you see that, it's not a typo. That is why. All right. Last but not least, before we get into the pile of goodness right here, and I'm not kidding. There's a pile of stuff. I got some things in the mail I wanted to show you. So I don't do mail opening videos because I'm way too impatient. I want to open everything immediately, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I got because we love supporting small businesses. So maybe you also need to add some of these to your collection. First up, I have never ordered something so quickly. I love wizardry. Melissa is a friend. I think she's super sweet. I love her thread, her zipper pulls. I order different things from her. I have some of her rainbow clips, but she just had her retreat. She said it was her last one. I really hope she changes her mind because I really want to go to one of these, and I probably just missed my chance, but you know, we'll cross our fingers. She posted these beautiful ceramic mugs. These are handmade. I'm blown away by the quality of it, but it says Wizardry, Stitchery and Crafts with her logo on there. And I got the purple. I didn't even finish reading the post when she put it on Facebook. I was like, done, go. Like, I need to go get that. So I haven't even used it yet because it's just so pretty and it's purple. So if you need a mug, grab a mug. Just saying. Okay. I also placed an order for some stuff that I needed from Lauren from More Me Know. I'm just going to rip this. This is so tight in the bag. I placed an order for some things I needed for the show. And because Lauren and I will send each other gifts sometimes, it's just what we do. Whenever one of us places an order, we'll give the other one like a little extra gift. And I sent her some cork. So she sent me something that's not on the website yet. Look at how pretty. Look at that. It's the debossed roses in pastel rainbow. I don't know what I want to make with this because it's so pretty. I'm just enjoying looking at it. This will be on the website probably next week. But I love this. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I saw it and I was like, what is this? And I was like, did I miss this? Did I miss it? She was like, no, it'll be on the website next week. So if you want this, you have to wait a few more days. Probably around the 15th, it'll go up, but oh my God, love that. And then I ordered some stickers from my friends at Sassafras Lane. Of course, now I can't open this. I ordered some stickers because they always have really good stickers. I can't show them to you because they're already on my cash box. That's where I collect mine. I know a lot of you put yours on your sewing machines. That is not, it's not for me. I can't do it. It feels weird. So maybe someday I'll get over that. But I put my stickers on my cash box and then I, you know, bring it all over the place with me. And sometimes people will see it and they'll be like, I have a sticker too. So I'll add more to it. It's getting quite full. But I ordered some stickers and then I also decided for whatever reason, I needed to get some clear vinyl because I haven't played with clear vinyl in a while. And so I got a few rolls because it was just calling my name. I don't need this at all, like not even a little bit, but you know, I just had to. So there we go. This one is Mummies. Look at how cute this is. Look at that. I don't know what I'm going to make. I have no idea. Ooh, Chris, I like that idea. I could put stickers on my toolboxes too. All right. Thank you for that. Cause I don't know if I can get over the machine thing. I don't know if I can do it. And then look at this one. So I know that this is hand drawn by Shayla because it matches some of her fabric. So that is from Sassafras Lane. I love those girls, Shayla and Christy. I know you're not watching, but hey. So we've known each other for a very long time. And of course I got a little personalized note in the mail and that's just awesome. So let me see. I think I have their card right here and I can. So no, of course their name's not on the thing that's right next to me. This is what they wrote my note on. Sassafras-lane.com. They're pretty easy to find. If you do paper piecing, they do a lot of paper piecing quilted patterns. So lots of fun stuff. Okay. I put stickers on the cover. I don't have my cover, Kelly. I don't know where my HG9 cover is. So, all right. So I have been keeping a big old secret from you guys. And the reason is because I like to talk about things and release things when I want to. I don't put deadlines on myself. And I also don't like to be rushed. That's why a lot of times I don't do videos where I'm like, look what's coming soon, because I know what happens. And this is no offense to any of you. I know that you get excited the way I get excited. But when I say, hey, we have this cool new thing coming and it'll be here in a little while, then I get immediately one after another. Is it here? Is it coming? When's it coming? Is it here? Is it on the website? And then I get people that don't fully listen and they're like, I looked in the website and I couldn't find it. And so it makes me a little crazy because it's my fault because I told you and then you went and looked for it. So instead of sharing, I did what I needed to do. And now that it's on the website and it's ready to go, now I can show you everything. And before I show you, I will tell you a little story about what we're going to look at. So we are going to look at some new fabric. And I'm very excited about this because I have been, I don't even know where to start with this. So, excuse me. That was just me being ladylike. So anyway, many years ago, you guys know many years ago, for the majority of my business that I have been traveling and doing shows and things like that, I have had cotton canvas like this. This is one of the old, remember this one? We had this for a while with the postage stamps. So we carried a lot of cotton canvas because in bag making, you can use quilter's cotton, and I do use quilter's cotton in certain areas. But when it comes to the outside of a bag, as we have kind of grown as bag makers, a lot of us have gotten into heavy duty machines and industrial machines. Quilter's cotton isn't cutting it for us anymore. We like cork, vinyl, leather, all those kinds of things. And so we've kind of evolved. And so the cotton canvas felt like a nice in between. It was domestic friendly. It was heavier than quilter's cotton. It interfaced nicely. It was great for credit card pockets and bags and flaps, and you could even put it on the inside. But what was disappointing to me is that over the years of selling, and I've been selling cotton canvas since around 2015 or so, somewhere around there. Most of what I was getting was from Cotton and Steel through RJR. And what I was finding is that new collections were coming out with gorgeous designs, but they weren't putting a lot of canvas out there. It was a lot of quilter's cotton or lighter weight fabrics that you could use for clothing. They were getting into some rayons and some lawn fabric, but they weren't doing as much of the canvas. And if they were, it was repeats. And just like with cork, we always love bringing new stuff in. And especially now that Eric has become quite involved in the business, you know, he has no heart when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's like, that's been sitting on the shelf for a while. It's got to go. You know, we rotate out. Maybe we bring something back later or we replace it with something that we feel is better. And so the cotton canvas was kind of a bummer because all of the prints, I could get a lot of the beautiful prints we used to get, but I don't want those. I don't want a print that I sold 10 years ago. I don't want a print that I sold 6 years ago. I want new stuff. And so I just kind of got fed up and I took it off the website. And a lot of you kind of noticed and you were like, what's going on? Where did the fabric go? And I was just kind of over it. So rather than do everything the way that everyone else does and get the commercial fabric on a bolt and the stuff you can get in the quilt shops and the stuff you can find online, I began endlessly researching getting my own fabric. I have wanted printed waterproof canvas for a while, and I've wanted my own cotton canvas because I design things and I used to be a fabric designer, like a legit, I worked with the fabric houses. I had my own fabric designs. A lot of you bought those. We had Gypsy and Juniper and Spectrum, and they were great. But the downfall to that is that you have this fabric house that puts out the money for it. They, you know, they work with you to help create a collection, but they also dictate what you do. If I said, I want this scale, they said, no, that doesn't work for the majority of our customers. If I said, I want it in this color, they said, no, that doesn't sell well for us. So I was still limited. And so in all this research, I just kept coming up with literally nothing. I was getting nowhere. And so I got frustrated and I kind of gave up. The fabric page came down. I just gave up on canvas. I said, we'll stick with the solid waterproof canvas. The end. There's nothing else to it. And then one day I was talking to Kathy from K Dill Handmade, and we were just chatting, and we were chatting about vinyl. And she was like, I would love to have the option to get like my own vinyl someday. And I was like, yeah, vinyl is cool. Maybe someday we'll look into vinyl again. I don't know. And we started talking and I said, I've got to do this again. Clear head, let's go for it. And I started doing my research all over again. And I found a wonderful human being whose name is Robert. He's now a friend of mine, and we've become very chatty with each other. I feel like he is the business owner I've been looking for. He is easy to work with and to communicate with. He has a broad selection of things to offer me. So I feel like what I'm going to show you today is literally just the beginning. I feel like there is so much more that's going to come out of this. So before we look at the fabric and talk about what we have now, am I not going to sell cork anymore? No. Let's not start those weird rumors and take anything I say and turn it into something else. No, cork is not going anywhere until it's done and I don't sell any more of it and you guys are over it. I'm going to continue selling cork. Cork is the bread and butter of my business. Am I going to start selling all kinds of fabric? No, I don't make clothing. I'm not going to get knits and get all this kind of stuff that I don't need. But I'm going to take the time and do the research to find what works for us, because I'm a bag maker too. So if it works for me, it's going to work for you. And I even got the chance this week to make samples, which I didn't have time for. I'm just going to tell you right now, I did not have time to squeeze in these samples because I spent all of last weekend at a virtual retreat working on new things. I could have been doing these, and I spent all of this week trying to get ready. I have 2 back-to-back shows to pack for, and I have 6 classes and 4 lectures for those shows that I have to prep for. And in between doing that, because I did do some of it, Tricia, if you're listening, you'll be proud. I even tracked my hours. I decided I needed to make things because you don't want to just see fabric. You want to see finished stuff, right? So without further ado, I'm going to zip it and I'm going to show you what I have. So we have 2 types of fabric. There are 2 different pages on the website. And I did record a little video yesterday that I will also upload for anybody that is sick and tired of listening to me talk and doesn't want to look at this, but wants to kind of get a little preview on your own. So I will put that up as well. So let's start with cotton because it's what's in front of me. So this is what we used to sell. This is a piece of cotton. It's just a piece of leftover. And so good and bad to this fabric. It had great designs. It had a great weight. We sold a lot of it. It was a great product. Downfall of this one that frustrated me was this. You see how big these selvages are? I feel like they just kept getting bigger. Every time I ordered fabric, I felt like the selvage was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, this fabric is 44 inches. So every time you take more away, we get less and less fabric. So, and I'm going to show you all the prints. I have all the prints in waterproof canvas. I'm going to just show you a couple of them in cotton because I want to show you something I'm excited about with the cotton. So here is, of course, we had to do birds. All right. So we have the traditional birds. And I have a lot of things to talk about. So if you have questions, you can ask them, but I guarantee you I'm probably going to answer them as we go on. So this is one of our new canvases. So does it feel the same? It feels very similar. It is soft. It is a cotton. You can see right here, there's my fraying. It's cotton. It's 100% cotton. It is the same weight. It has a really nice structure to it all on its own. One of the things that I love about this, 2 of the things, this is 58 inches wide. So it is 58 inches of fabric. And here's your selvage. You see it? See how tiny it is? See how it doesn't have the printing? Because it doesn't have to be printed with my name all over it and all the information. I don't need that. I don't need any of that to happen. It's fun. It's fun seeing your name in a selvage, but I don't need that. So one of the other things that I love is that straight from the manufacturer, they pre-cut this for me. So this is 0 work for us. I just have to wait for it to arrive, put it on a shelf. So it's awesome. So we have cotton canvas, 58 inches wide, but here is my favorite part. This is going to be super awkward to do on camera. upright, but I just want to show you anyway. So here's old cotton canvas. All right. So hopefully you can see this. All right. So here's my water. And try not to make a total mess. There's my water. Okay. And yes, it's beating right now, but it's also starting to absorb. So you can see, let's get rid of a little bit of that. There's the wet spot from the water. The new cotton canvas that we sell is waterproof. So watch my beads. There's my bead of water. Not absorbing at all. Now, the floor's wet. It's not wet at all. So I love that. Now, I think I said this in the video that I haven't finished editing yet, but do I feel confident that you can make a bag and go jump in a pool with it? No, no. I think it's going to absorb water eventually. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to go jump in a pool. But how great is this if you use this on the outside of your bag and then you set your bag down and there's something on the floor, or you have your water bottle next to it and it has condensation on it, or it's raining. You don't have to worry about it absorbing all the water. But it feels just like cotton. It doesn't feel stiff at all. So super love that. Before I get into the prints, because we're going to do that kind of towards the end, let me show you a couple things that I made out of it because I'm super excited. So first thing, I had to make a Charlotte because, you know, so I made a Charlotte. So you are going to get a little sneak preview of some of the prints. I made a Charlotte. This cracks me up. Look at the credit card pockets. She's got legs. It's just the way that it folded. So I made a Charlotte. All right. Now, this is interfaced. I wanted to use Decoville Light, but I don't have any right now. I don't have any nearby. So I used Decor Bond, which I know everybody has beef with Decor Bond, but get over it. I interfaced everything the way the pattern says, and this has such great structure. I absolutely love it. Inside, I just used a scrap of some water resistant or waterproof canvas light that I got from Lauren. I just needed some scraps. I didn't do the zipper, the pocket inside. But side note, I did something a little different. Tell me if you want me to do a little video on this. I did my little strap back here different. I actually sewed it into the seams, and then I sewed my little D-ring, and then I riveted. Do you want a cute, I was looking at Zena's comment. Do you want a quick little video on how I did that on the Charlotte? Let me know. I am happy to do that and show you. It was one of those moments where I said, you could have done that in the original pattern, but I didn't. So let me know if you would like me to do a little video on that. So that is Charlotte. The next one, I'm so excited about this one. One of the bags in my collection that I will probably never, like, I'm saying 99.99% will never make completely out of cork, because oh my good gravy, would it be a lot of cork, is the getaway bag. I just don't see, excuse me, I don't see that being a bag to do all out of cork. And if you're not familiar with the bag, I think you'll understand why in a second. So here's my getaway bag. There's my cork on the top. Look at the size of this bag. Look at this bag. There is no way that I want to make this out of cork. Would it be beautiful and sturdy and great? Yes. That's like, just for the front and the back, I think is going to be easily 1 to 1.5 pieces of cork. That's way too much. But I did it out of the cotton, all interfaced. So Eric was helping me pick out the print for that one. He had picked another one of his, of course. And he's like, yeah, that would be a great one. And then he was like, maybe, I got water everywhere. He goes, maybe you should do one of your prints. Like, why don't you do that print? So I did a different print. I took it upstairs yesterday to show him, and he was like, that's gorgeous. That is stunning. He's like, you're going to sell a lot of that and the orange cork. I was like, I think so. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I think we needed a new sample. We were talking about this at the virtual retreat too. And I was like, oh, I want to make one right now. And so it was in my head. It was happening. Okay. So cotton canvas. That is what we were doing first. But now I have a whole file here to show you of waterproof canvas. So both of them have the same prints available right now. And I'm sure we will be restocking and adding things. We did a lot of prints. We did 13 total, and we did quite a substantial amount of yardage. I would have done more, but you know, I already spent a lot of money. So I decided to slow down a little bit. So before we look at the prints, let's talk about our future of waterproof canvas, because I'm very excited about this. So as most of you know, I have been using waterproof canvas. This is OtterTex. I have been using this in my bags for many years. I don't even remember when we first started carrying this, but this is the waterproof canvas that we have. And there is the backing, the rubbery backing. This is 600 denier, and that refers to the weave of the fabric and how tightly woven it is, which gives it durability and water resistance. We don't care that much about that, but people ask. It is 600 denier. This is the OtterTex that I have sold for several years on the website. And unfortunately, a few people have noticed that it's been going out of, it's being sold out. A lot of the colors have not been restocked. And so again, I like to do things on my own time. I didn't want to answer those questions, those emails that I got that were like, what's going on? But I can't not answer them. But just know that there is usually a reason why I do things. And I always appreciate when you let me tell you on my own. So anyway, no hate to anybody. I'm just expressing my thoughts here. So the OtterTex has been super good to us. I have loved working with this. However, there's always drawbacks to everything. A lot of you have not enjoyed working with it because you have to be careful. You can't iron anywhere near the back because it's PVC. It's like a rubbery backing. This is outdoor fabric. They do not have great prints. If you've ever searched for OtterTex fabric, because this is not an exclusive anything. This is just OtterTex that you can find online. I think even Amazon has it. If you have found this, you know that they don't do a lot of prints, and any of the prints that they do, they're outdoorsy looking because it's an outdoor fabric. They're stuff for people to make pillows and cushions for their outdoor fabric. So the prints never appealed to me. Without getting into too much detail, the manufacturer that I was working with on this sadly shorted me several yards of fabric, and then even with photographic proof and everything else, refused to fix the problem. And it had happened on more than one occasion, and I had let it go. And I finally said, I cannot let it go anymore. I am eating so much money because they keep shorting me. And when I tried to let them know, and tell them how much they had shorted me and show them the pictures and show them everything, it just turned into a battle that I lost. And so in turn, they lose my business. I'm done. I'm not going to sell this anymore. So whatever we have on the website has been inventoried and it's done. Whenever this is done, it's done. So if you like this and you want to get whatever we have, buy it now and it's over. Because I'm going to show you prints today, but the last thing that is coming, and again, I don't usually do this, but I want you to know the whole waterproof canvas story. We will be getting a replacement solid. We have 25 colors coming, hopefully by the end of next week. It might not be. The reason I'm hoping, you won't be getting it that early because I'm going to have to photograph it, inventory it, the whole thing. If I get it next week, at least I can receive it, check it, make sure everything's good before we go away. Otherwise, we're gone for 2 weeks. So there's a good chance that I might get it, and there's a chance that it will come in while we're gone, and that's okay. But whenever it gets here and whenever we are here, I will get it on the website as soon as I can. I would say right now it's leaning towards October. And we ordered 25 solids. I cannot show them to you because I don't have the samples with me. But what is on the website right now is 13 prints, of the same waterproof canvas. So here is what I love about this. So again, we have a 58-inch wide piece of fabric. Now, they do have fat salvages. It's just the way it is with this. I don't know why, but I'm just telling you, just so you know. I cannot remember if the 58 inches that I measured was between the salvages. I think it was. So I think, actually, I have my cutting mat right here. Hold on. Let me do a quick measurement for you. Hold, please. Let's see. 29 inches to the selvage, which is 58 inches. So you do have 58 inches of fabric, not including the salvages. So technically it's a 60-inch piece of fabric. But here is my favorite part, aside from the prints. No rubber backing. Just waterproof canvas and fuzz on my glasses. Just waterproof canvas. There is no PVC backing. So what does that mean? It means you can use it in your bag as is. And I did finish my creepy Halloween bag. There he is. And I put inside waterproof canvas and I didn't interface it. I chose not to because you guys know I'm not a big interfacing kind of person. So here is my cork outside, waterproof canvas inside, no interfacing bag. Now, if you need structure, you can interface this because you don't have to worry about the backing. So how awesome is that? Okay, so last thing I'm going to tell you before we look at all the prints, I'm going to show you all of the ones that we have right now, is anything that has a coordinating cork. I do not have that with me right now, but there is a picture in each of the listings. So go into the listing when you're shopping and look at the pictures. There's going to be differences in scale, and there's also going to be differences in saturation of color. Why is that? Because we have a polyester product, a cotton product, and we also have cork. Cork and cotton obviously are natural products. Cork is harvested and manufactured in a different way. They cannot get the same saturation of color, not the way that inks and dyes can take into fabric. So the fabric is going to be brighter and more saturated. And we played with the scale to give you the option to use it inside or outside of a bag. So they are going to vary from the cork. Look at the listing so you can see. Now, if I was making a cork outside in the birds, I could use this inside. I think it coordinates nicely. I think it would absolutely look great together. But I also don't have to coordinate if I don't want to. So just so you know, I did go through and take pictures of the corks. So here is our birds. So this is waterproof canvas and here's the cotton. So you can see them next to each other. They look very, very similar. It's just because this is the waterproof canvas, it almost will look a little like pixelated. I don't know how else to describe it because of the fibers. So they're very, very similar. If you were using these on the same bag, nobody would really know which one was which. So we do have birds. I hope you're ready for these because I'm super excited. We have the new roses. This is also a cork now. So that is on the EVL page. I love the scale and the brightness of these roses. Now, technically speaking, these are traditional tattoo style, but even if you're not a tattoo kind of a person, what a beautiful print. And I'm gonna let you know right now, these two, they will be sold out first. I've been noticing because my Patreons and my members got access to these first, that almost everybody that ordered something got at least one of these. So the birds and the roses will definitely sell out first. Don't worry, we will restock. This was our initial like launch order. And we had to see, I wanted to see what you guys wanted. So I'm paying attention to the numbers. All right, we have our thick thigh ladies, which you also saw in the cotton on the Charlotte. And again, we have cotton and we have waterproof canvas for all of these prints. That's why I just grabbed one pile. I love this one. This is what I used inside of the horror bag. We used the tough love because Eric said to me, isn't having sex in a horror movie like frowned upon? And I was like, it is. So we had horror outside and sexy inside. Plus the colors just went so well. I did say to him, I really wish I had waterproof canvas and blood splatter. So JP said, I don't know how you kept this a secret. I don't either, because I am the worst. I'm the best and the worst. I'll tell you, if you tell me a secret and it's like a big, big deal, like I will want to tell somebody, but I will keep it to myself. And eventually I will forget about it because I have no memory whatsoever. You'll tell me something and I'll be like, okay. And then give it 2 weeks and I forgot. When it's something exciting like this, every week that I have been talking to you guys, I'm like, I can't tell them. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to tell them until I'm ready. So it's been super hard. I also look at it every single day because currently I don't have the shelf space for it. So it's in the classroom, spread out on the tables. It's a mess in there. And so, yeah, that's where it's landed right now because we need to do some organizing. So I walk past it at least 12 times a day and I'm like, oh, I want to tell them. So I was very excited about today. All right, we got pop art. This is what I was going to do the getaway bag out of. And then Eric said, no, do the other one. And I think they would have been both great. So we got pop art. We got koi fish. Now be prepared. The scale is very small on this one. And I did do that on purpose. So we did the koi fish. I wanted to really scale it down so that because a lot of times when you're using fabric, it might be in a lining with a pocket and something smaller. And I wanted to make sure that it worked on some of those projects. On the Charlotte, the credit card pockets, I wanted to make sure that you could do those little things with the smaller scale. And I was not going to do 2 different scales for different fabrics. Just wasn't going to happen. All right. Last from the EVL collection. If you are a camo person, I feel like this is for you. Yes, it's the reptile dysfunction, but in the cork, it has a little bit more of like a cool grayer look to it. This, to me, reads full on camo. It's like crocodile, but camo, snake, whatever. But I think this one, especially for anybody in your life that's into camo, I feel like this is their cup of tea. So we picked 2 prints from our everyday cork line. That was hard to do because I don't feel like a lot of those prints were going to work as well on fabric. And so I was like, I don't know. And so we picked out 2. This was the first one that I picked out because I knew it needed to happen. There's the XL Wildflowers. So it's definitely bright. It's so pretty. This is the closest in scale to the cork. This one is almost identical. I think it might be identical in scale, but obviously the cork is a little bit more pastel. Would I use that fabric inside? Absolutely. And I did use this fabric inside of a bag that I made for my mom, which was Lagoon and Aqua outside, just all solid. I think I posted it a few weeks ago, maybe in August. So we did that one. And then Eric picked out this one, the chickens. And the chickens are so bright. They're on like this bubblegum pink. It's so saturated and pretty. So last but not least, I have 4 brand new fabric exclusive prints. You have not seen these before. Well, you just saw one a little bit. You have not seen these in anything before. And the quick little side note backstory on these prints. These were originally hand drawn. I don't usually hand draw that much anymore. Sometimes I doodle, but these were hand drawn. And they were submitted to the different fabric companies that I worked with, and they were all given a thumbs down. And at that time, I did not know how to make my own repeats. So they sat and they didn't do anything. And when this happened, one of the things that Eric had said to me, which I thought was a great idea, and then I kind of said it wasn't a good idea. He said, if you're getting fabric printed, couldn't you print some of your old lines? Couldn't you print Gypsy or Juniper? Like, you own those designs. And I do, they're mine. He's like, couldn't you print those? And I was like, that is a fantastic idea. I love that. We could bring those back. And I got super excited. and I went to my computer and I was trying to find the files so I didn't have to start from scratch. And as I was looking through the files, instead, what I found was email conversations that were definitely more negative than positive, and it brought back memories of things that were not fun. And I said, you know what? Instead of traumatizing myself all over again and reliving moments that I didn't enjoy, I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to bring back those old prints, but I am going to revisit prints that I had set aside and didn't do anything with, because I think that they deserve to have their moment. So these are brand new exclusives. I'm super excited about them. It is spooky season, so of course we have a ghost. We have Ghost Garden. It is a beautiful teal background with the oranges and the purples. I'm a purple girl, so I had to do some purple. So we have Ghost Garden. I love this one. I want to make something and I don't know what I want to make, but I need to have something. What I was thinking, I also need to revisit this pattern. Remember my free tablet holder pattern? I have not made one of these since I made that video. And it's because we don't have any more cotton, but I think I need to. I think I need to make a new tablet holder because I don't talk about that pattern anymore. And it's a free one on my channel. So next up, we have our serpent floral. Now, I am not a fan of snakes. I don't care for them. I would absolutely run in the opposite direction if I saw one. I would scream my head off like a little child. But mixing with flowers that I drew on a cool fabric, I'm okay with that. So that is our serpent floral. That is what I did with the orange cork. Shall we have another moment for the getaway? Like, look at it. Look at it, so pretty. I love it. I cannot wait to hang that up when we go to Virginia. Very excited. All right, next we have Bloom Floral. Now, I love coral. Coral is my second favorite color to purple. I was doing this as a black and white print. It was all black and white. And then for whatever reason, I said, I should throw some color in it. And I love this. I feel like this will happen again in other colorways. There will be different color backgrounds, but for right now, I just went with the coral. I love this. Love, love, love this. Aren't the snakes great, Kim? I mean, you know, I have my snake earrings, which I should have worn today. That's what I should have worn. And that's the only way that I will take snakes are like in cutesy things. My sister once said she wanted a pet snake, and I said, I will not visit you if you have a live slithering creature living in your house. I only do furry ones, so no. Okay, last but not least, I love this. This is so me, which is weird that I didn't use it yet. Maybe that's what I'll make my little iPad case out of. So we have the plum floral. Now, this one is kind of reminiscent. It's got the little V's and some of the flowers from my Gypsy line, from my first ever fabric line. But I decided to mix it up a little bit because I was not trying to relive Gypsy, but I wanted to kind of do a little throwback. So it's got Gypsy vibes, a little juniper, but it's definitely a different thing. So last thing I want to tell you, and then I'm going to scroll, make sure I didn't miss any questions. If you have any, let me know. The last thing I wanted to just let you know is about sizing and pricing. Because it is pre-cut for us and because inventory can be an absolute nightmare. I can tell you this from dealing with the cork, the way that we do the cork. Inventory can be an absolute horrendous nightmare when you offer various sizes. For now, until further notice, until I absolutely get bombarded with questions and I have to change it, we are only doing 1 yard cuts. And I did look around at other websites. I looked at, obviously, Mormino. I do order from there. I looked at some of the other websites that sell fabric, and the majority of people selling fabric sell 1 yard increments. So that is what we are selling. Most of us don't need anything more than a yard to do the inside or the outside of a bag. So these are pre-cut. If you order 2 of these, you're getting 2 of them. You're not getting 2 yards. You're getting 2 1 yard cuts. If you want a half yard, unfortunately at this time, I cannot help you unless I have something left over and I can list it. We are just doing the 1 yard cuts. It's much easier for me. And to be honest with you, the way that the cork is, because we offer all those sizes and that's not changing, it's way too hard. Sometimes that's why some of you have gotten an email from me where I'm like, hey, we ran out of something and I didn't know it. Sometimes it's just the way it goes. And I don't want to add another thing onto my plate where I am stressed about it, where I am reading an email order at nighttime and going, should I run downstairs and see if we're out of stock of something? So it is all 1 yards. It is all there. It is manageable for me. It is manageable for you. That's just the way that it's going to be. I have yet to decide when the solids come in, what we're doing there. If we continue on, we may only do yard and half yard, or we might just do yard and again, call it a day because it makes my life easier. And that is what the majority of other sellers are doing. I appreciate your input always, and I always want to make you happy. That is always my goal, is to make all of you happy. But I also have to make myself not crazy. So I have to do certain things a certain way. And so I appreciate if you can understand that. What I would like to do today is to change the name of our Facebook group, our Cork Facebook, yes, the Cork Fanatics Facebook group, and change it to Cork and Fabric Fanatics, so that if you make stuff from these fabrics, you can post it there as well. And it doesn't have to be my patterns. Of course, if you make my patterns from anything, you can post it in the pattern dedication group. But I think that might be kind of fun to change that, because then you guys also have a place where you can show off your makes. And I know that now I don't write a lot of patterns that aren't based around cork, besides some of the ones that I showed you. But I think it would be kind of fun to also have that kind of show off place. So I'm probably going to do that later. I am waiting for Eric to come home. I have not had a car this week and I desperately need to go to Target. So it depends on how much time I have. Also, we have a Patreon and member happy hour tonight. So lots of stuff going on. But anyway, I'm going to scroll for a second and see if I missed anything. If you have questions, please let me know. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. If you can't tell, I am just over the moon right now. Whew, the secret's out there and now you can see everything, which makes me super, super happy. So, all right. I'm just seeing, thank you for your orders. You guys are awesome. Oh, and you do want a video for the Charlotte little, I will do that. Absolutely. That is not a problem. All right. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, your daughter-in-law gave you a sticker that says you can do hard things. I love that. That sounds like an awesome sticker. I also got one from Sassafras that said, fabric is my second favorite F word. And I feel like any of you that know me really well know how much that fits my life. So I do love my swear words. So you guys are all so excited. You're making me more excited because you're excited. So thank you. Thank you. So, all right, let's see. Did I get everything? You downloaded the tablet sleeve. It's such a cute, easy pattern. And I feel kind of like, how have you not updated and done another one? Also, that video, I'm fairly certain, was filmed on an ironing board in my living room. So just to let you know if the lighting is not great. Ooh, which white? Oh, never mind. I read that totally different, Zena. I read masquerade as a print on fabric. That's not what you were saying. Which white goes with masquerade? It is printed on the cream. So the cream is the solid that it's printed on. All right. Thank you very much. And let's see here. Okay. What is the Facebook group again? So we have two. We have the So Many Creations pattern dedication group. You can post any of my patterns in any material that you want, as long as it is one of my patterns. And guys, let's really try to stick with that and not post machine recommendations and Cricut things, and because I don't like, and neither do any of the admins, removing your post, but we have to kind of keep it controlled. We have to, so patterns only, my patterns only, just So Many Creations. The other group is the So Many Creations, or SMC. I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me check while I'm talking. Cork Fanatics group. Let me see if it's a full name or not, because I don't remember. It is So Many Creations. cork fanatics and makers, which I'm going to update that to cork and fabric fanatics later today. And then this is, it's fuzzies. That's the pattern dedication group. So if you purchase cork or fabric from the website, you can post anything that you make. Doesn't matter whose pattern it is in that group. So just check and see what group you're in before you post. I love when you post my patterns, but when you post my patterns in the cork group and it's with somebody else's vinyl, it gets very, very confusing. If it's my pattern, pattern group. If it's my cork or fabric, cork group. So just try to separate that. Don't be offended if anything is ever taken down. It's just to keep it from being too confusing for people. So a couple of questions. Thank you. Believe it or not, being here with all of you has made my Friday a lot better. Zena, I love that. And maybe, Zena, if you want, you can join us later. If you're available, come and say hi. You're going to miss happy hour. And we have another one. We have October, November, and December. They're all planned. Will the black diamonds cork go with the traditional roses? That's a great question, Dana. I don't have either of those nearby, so I don't know. I feel like the black diamonds would look great with the rose fabric. I think they would look good with the rose cork, but I will have to check. I will try to remember to do that and post a picture of that. I'll post some things today because I've been making lots of stuff. So, oh my goodness, did I show you and tell you everything? I sure hope so. I hope that I did. I need all the caffeine in the world because I have way too much stuff that I have to get done. And on top of it, I also want to make a new tablet sleeve, but I also need to take pictures for a new pattern so I can work on that while we're traveling, because I always give myself travel work. And also part of my travel work will be these two little muffins over here because we are taking them. My dogs have seen more of the country than I ever did when I was a child. My dogs are going with me to Virginia and to Nashville. So we had to rent Airbnbs just to take them with us, which is exciting for them. They get to add little check marks to their list of places they've gone. So hopefully I'll see some of you there. And I did upload yesterday my final class preview video because I have the Novi classes. All the rest of the shows, I have 4 more for the year. All the classes are up. Some of them are sold out. Some of them are close to it. So if you're going to be in Fredericksburg, Nashville, Cincinnati, or Novi, and you want to take a class with me, now is the time. Go to sewingexpo.com. That is the OSQE website, and you can sign up. Yes, Yvonne, they are very, very lucky. They are very spoiled. They are very unappreciative. I'm just saying. Like, they're sleeping on comfortable upholstered chairs with a pile of blankets, just living the best life possible. I truly want to be my dog. Like, I want to trade. I want to Freaky Friday trade places with my dog. The things, especially Zoe. She's not the sharpest tool, but she's happy. Her enjoyment in life, it's in the small things. Laying in the sun on the patio, barking at the mailman. That's a huge enjoyment. Rolling on the carpet. She still loves that we have carpet now because we never had that. And just annoying Roxy. Like, this is every day. Every day is the best day of her life. Taking naps, eating treats, taking a ride. Those are key words. They didn't hear them, so that's good. I want to be a dog. I want to be one of my dogs. They get special meals prepared for them. They get to travel to various states. Their little dog passports are getting full, but yeah, they're ours. They love to bark at the mailman. So does Shelly's. Shelly's dogs have protected her many, many times from harm and danger, at least that they know of, that we don't. Zoe does security. She checks the perimeter. But we were watching her just the other day laying in a pile of dirt on the patio in the sun with her eyes closed, just absorbing all the heat. That's what she likes to do. So I would like to trade places with my dogs. They also have access to all of my stuff. I'm telling you, best life ever. So I feel so much better now. I've told you all my secrets. So, is there anything else that you would like to know today, or shall we call it a day? Be on the lookout for a little fabric video. You guys all got to see it first, but I'll show you again and tell you all the things about the fabric. For anyone that missed today and doesn't want to watch today and hang out with us, that's okay. And I will also upload a video all about the handmade holiday swap, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit next week. And I will be an hour late, so it will not be a typo when I say I'm live at noon next Friday the 19th. My Buster barks at everything. Yeah, 155-pound baby. I understand. We had a bloodhound. He was everybody's best friend. Loved everybody. It was our chihuahuas that you had to watch out for, always. All right, I'm gonna go do some work before Eric gets here. I think a few of you have ordered some fabric, so I'm gonna try to get that shipped out to you. I don't know if the mailman's been or not, but I will get it out to you as soon as possible. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for sharing in my excitement. I'm so excited now. And if you have a cork of ours that you think would look great on fabric, let me know. I can't make you any promises, but it's always nice to hear. So let me know. Zena, I think, somehow requested masquerade, even though she didn't. But I'm also thinking now Foxy Brown would be a really awesome cork. So, or fabric, just throwing it out there. All right. I will see you all later. Thank you. Goodbye.